All right, so this is Jasmin, assembly code in Jasmin, and what we're doing here, this is just a way to learn some assembly code. It's a simple x86 emulator written by, I think, some German students to learn assembly code. So let me get rid of this API monitor. All right, and now let's launch Jasmin. There it is. And there it comes. All right. So you can click New File to get in here. And now you have a window. You can just put in assembly code. So you can put in, say, move EAX1. And then it'll explain down here what it is. Oh, let me make this smaller because not all of it's going out on Twitch. Okay, there we are. Let me just get, won't let me have it. Nope. Well, maybe I can move this bar up. Oh, I can move this bar up anyway. All right, good. So there's the description. It'll describe the function I'm putting in here. So I can move EX1, move EBX2, and then push EAX, and push EBX, and so on. Now the green bar shows you which command has been executed, and none of them have been executed yet. Now I want to see memory on the right side. So I really want this thing to get bigger. There we go. All right, there's memory. So you don't have very much memory. It goes from 0 up to some relatively small maximum, FFC. So if you move EAX1 and execute the one command, which I think is this one, that does one. Now if there's one in EAX, these are your registers. Then you move EBX2. Okay, now I'm going to push EAX. So nothing seemed to happen, but it did because the stack is at the bottom. So there, it pushed a 1 onto the stack. When I push EBX, it'll push a 2 onto the stack, so you can see things going on the stack. And you can just practice writing assembly code. You can just paste in code and run it here. There's even a console you can write to, which will take some of this memory and display it as ASCII characters if you can see it. And so let me get to the instructions here and just point out what you have to do with this thing. So once you got Jasmin working, then you can do things like this, move things around, move indirectly, and so on. We've talked about these kind of commands before. When I see a question, have I seen examples of detecting the API monitor tool? No, I haven't seen it used for a real attack, no. I mean, you can steal passwords and memory in a lot of ways, but I haven't seen an API tool used for that. It's a lot easier to write your own custom code to do that in a specific case, like the target attackers did, to steal credit card numbers out of memory. So we've seen how the stack looks, and we've seen how push looks, and pop is pretty much the same. So here's some code that will reverse a sequence. So let me try this. One great thing about it is you can just copy code and you can just paste it in. So there we are. I can just delete this code. Control A, whoops. Control A, delete, Control V. Oh, I can't paste in across the virtual machine boundary. I need to open the instructions in here, so let me do that. All right, there's 301 is somewhere towards the top. There we go. All right. All right. So here's a very simple little bit of scene code. I can copy that with Control C. Do Alt Tab to move over and Control V. Let's reset this to get back to the top. Okay. Now Control V. Nope, there it goes. All right. So now this is going to move 1, 2, 3, and 4 into the first 4 registers, so I can move through the 1, 2, 3, 4. It fills up these registers. Now it's going to push them all in the stack. Push, 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 push. So there they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's going to pop them off the stack, and that's going to reverse the order because it's last in, first out. So when I pop EAX, it'll take the 4 and put it in EAX. 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's all. Just shows you the last in, first out property of the stack. And so then there are some things to run. This has a secret message. There's some code to download. And when you run it, it's going to create a message and then delete the message. And you have to stop it halfway through to see the message in the console. And there's another one here with where you have to figure out how to see the message. Very simple little practice in using some assembly code. And that emulator is pretty good for beginners to get an idea of how it works, I think. All right, so let me stop this one.